All right, episode 8 of She-Hulk Attorney at Law is available now on Disney Plus, and this is going to be a very short video because I've tried recording this so many times. For those of you who don't know, I have COVID right now. I've had it for about a week. I even spent a couple days in the ER because I was having stomach issues related to COVID. So, yeah, I do not feel good enough to make videos right now or reviews or anything like that or talk for long periods of time. I can't even really talk for longer than 4 minutes without having a coughing fit. So, might still be a few days before I can make any more videos. Obviously, it'll be a little bit until I can go back to the movie theater, but just wanted to talk about this episode of She-Hulk real quick. Little non-spoiler segment here. What a great episode. Best episode yet. Absolutely love it. I'm sure a lot of people already know what went down in this episode and who showed up in this one, but yeah, I mean, this is my favorite one yet. It turned around the show a lot for me, and I just hope with the finale that it doesn't disappoint, because it definitely left on a cliffhanger, and I was just like, okay, this can either go one of two ways. It can either be the best finale, and it could fix the show for the most part for me, which I haven't hated so far, but it's been a little lackluster, I won't lie. But it can either make or break the show, essentially. So yeah, I'm really curious about as to how that finale will go. But you know, as for this one, like, I would rewatch, maybe not the whole show, but I'd at least rewatch this episode, which I've actually done twice. But yeah, and then a spoiler review for you guys if you haven't watched this episode yet or really don't want spoilers for it or any of the episodes so far. Go ahead and click off the video, but I'm sure a lot of you already know by now that we got a character in this episode that everybody has been waiting for the whole time, and that is Leapfrog. No, I mean, yeah, we got Leapfrog in this episode. It was really funny to see him, but Daredevil / Matt Murdock in this episode, played by Charlie Cox. Oh my God, he just, like, I wouldn't want to say he fixed this show, because the show wasn't necessarily broken, but I was just like, oh my God, because me personally, like, Loki is my favorite Marvel, like, Disney Plus show, and Moon Knight is my least favorite, which I'm sure is surprising for a lot of people, but yeah, I just really didn't like Moon Knight a whole lot. I didn't like how the story kind of, I don't know, the thing about a lot of the Marvel shows, especially the ones like, what is that, like 6 episodes or something like that, they always manage to, like, kind of fumble the landing on the finale, and they leave too much open-ended in that second to last episode, to where you're like, I don't know how they're going to be able to wrap it up in what, like 30 to 40 minutes. And for me, just, they couldn't really do it with that. And that's kind of what I'm worried about with this show, especially since the runtime is, like, for each of these episodes is really short, and all of them feel really short. But I think they could definitely deliver a cool finale here. But back to the whole Daredevil thing. Um, he really made this show exciting again. I mean, I haven't felt this good about the show pretty much since the first episode. Since that point, I think it kind of dropped off a little bit. But this is, like, kind of a little bit of a return to form, which, yes, it took way too long for it to, get to a point where I was like, okay, this show is finally something that I wanted, which is not only, like, good action, good characters, a few cameos here and there, but, like, also the courtroom stuff, because that's basically what the character herself promised us, is like, this is a fun kind of lawyer show, and we don't really see a whole lot of her, like, doing lawyer stuff, to be honest. So I mean, granted, we didn't see a whole lot of it in this episode, but it was nice to see her go back and forth with another lawyer who knows what they're doing, which is Matt Murdock. So yeah, just like any scene between Jen and Matt in this episode, they're worth watching all the other episodes that are just kind of, I wouldn't say mediocre, but just kind of lackluster, as I said before. So I'm surprised I'm recording this long. I haven't had a coughing fit yet. Maybe I got some of it out of my system, but um, yeah. What do I think is going to happen in the next episode? I honestly have no idea. I have a feeling Hulk might show up again because we have a pop figure of him from the show wearing kind of a similar suit to what Jen was wearing in this episode. So that could either just be like them kind of doing something from the first episode and just trying to put Hulk in there to, like, I don't know, get people to, which, by the way, there's only a Jen pop figure of that. There isn't like a She-Hulk pop figure yet, which is weird, but um maybe they just did that to have a Hulk in there, I guess, for the pops. But I think there could be a decent chance we might see him in this last episode. And then people were theorizing like the leader, played by the leader, right? I think it's the leader. Played by, oh shoot, what's his name? Tim Blake Nelson, I believe. Which honestly, that actor is fantastic. He was in the Ed Norton Incredible Hulk movie from whichever year that was. And he was the one that got like the chemical or the blood dripped on him and his head started to get big. And that's a big character in the comics. That character is going to be showing up in the new Captain America movie. But excuse me. See what I mean? One sec. Don't get COVID, folks. But yeah, people are like theorizing that's going to be the villain in the last episode, like the big reveal. But honestly, I don't know about that. While it would connect really well to the kind of the mythology, not the mythology, but like, you know what I mean, like the storyline of Hulk, because that's where that character started, is in the Incredible Hulk. So to connect it to this show would make a lot of sense. And I can see where a lot of people are coming from that. But at the same time, I don't necessarily know if that's... I don't really know if that's going to be who the villain is. I really don't. Could he show up at the end of the show as like a little cameo? I think there's a good possibility of that. But is he the main villain of this series? I don't really think so. That would be a little out of left field, but at the same time, I'd welcome it. I would welcome that surprise, 100%. But I think they're going for something a little less cool, honestly. And I think that villain is going to end up being Todd. And excuse me, I believe on the red carpet, that actor mentioned that his character is basically like a more douchey version of Tony Stark. So that makes me wonder, since Tony Stark had involvements and stuff, like the Avengers and S.H.I.E.L.D. and, you know, his own companies and whatnot, what could Todd be doing on the side that we don't know about? So we know nothing about what he does. We just know that he's rich, and we don't know why. So might be him, might not be. And if it's not, then I'm actually going to be happy with that because, yeah, fuck Todd. Not because, like, I think he's some evil villain and I think he's an asshole, even though he is. But at the same time, I'm just saying fuck Todd because, like, that'd be such a fucking lame reveal. And I wouldn't necessarily say that'd ruin the show for me, but I don't know. I would definitely have to take down a lot of points for having such a fucking lame-ass villain. Maybe they could turn it around. Maybe they could make him a cool-ass villain in that last episode, but everything I've seen from him so far, no offense to the actor, but fuck Todd. Why would... No, thank you. But yeah, Daredevil in this episode, fantastic. Absolutely love Daredevil, Charlie Cox, all that shit. Love seeing the fights between She-Hulk and Daredevil, and also the kind of hallway fight with Daredevil and the what do they call them, the tadpoles or whatever. Yeah, I mean, the hallway fights just kind of brings it back to his own Netflix show that we had, and it reminds me heavily of stuff we saw in that. So, I mean, I feel like with this episode, people are either going to be on two sides, and technically it's kind of four sides. there's a side of people that haven't liked this show so far, and this episode's gonna, like, they're really gonna like this episode, and it's gonna kind of turn it around a little bit for them. Or there's gonna be people who, again, haven't liked this show so far, and this episode just makes it worse for them because it's not the way they want to see their beloved Daredevil character. And then you have the people who have been liking the show so far, see this episode, love it, and they're like, holy shit, and then you know the rest. It makes sense there, but yeah, people are either really going to love this one or really hate it. I don't think there's going to be many people that are in between on it, but for me, I personally fucking love this episode. So there's my review / kind of breakdown / kind of predictions for the next episode / all sorts of stuff there. Thank you for bearing with me through this video. As you can tell, I'm still not feeling great, but I appreciate all of you. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload, and I will see you in the next one with whatever I can do, and however many days I will keep you posted. But see you later.